Good evening, everyone. We are back in here at the BFStv Honor of Kings Reign Supreme Season 1. I'm Kaysaya. With me is VinZG. We will be your casters for tonight for the two best of three series that you are about to witness. Anyway, how are you doing, VinZG? I mean, here, VinZG.
There you go. I mean, I'm so excited to see these matchups unfold just like what happened yesterday. I believe that these teams are going to be giving their all because they made it this far already and now they cannot afford to lose a best of three. But on the previous round that they had, it's just one try, best of one only, but they did manage to survive. But on best of threes, yes, they might lose early, but still, comebacks do happen, reverse sweep happens, so that's the thrill of that. That's what I want to see tonight.
Yes, and I know you have been casting Honor of Kings Reign Supreme Season 1 for almost the past few consecutive days. So I guess maybe I'm going to be relying on you for some data or some analysis about how the teams are actually playing. But for our match number 7, which is actually our set 1 for tonight, 𝐁𝐅 Revitalize from the Philippines versus Mahadewa Esports from Indonesia. Do you have anything to say about the play styles of both of these teams or their history so far in this tournament?
For both of these teams, quite familiar because some of them are already active when it comes to the local competitive scene, HOK scene, because 𝐁𝐅 from the Philippines, they have been participating in every tournament that happened for Honor of Kings way before the global launch happened. And that same goes with Mahadewa. They have been participating in, in some scrimmages. They have been winning scrimmages. They have been winning minor tournaments. And This is the time for Mahadewa to fully establish themselves as the stronger team here in the Reign Supreme BFStv tournament. But we will know, Kaysaya, we will know once the heroes are finally locked in, and that's why we are heading towards the draft.
Yes, I'm so excited what's going to be the top bans and picks here as we move forward for the last set of round of 16. But I guess pretty usual, even we would see in other tournaments, the Hino will be banned out, so as is the 𝐑𝐎𝐻 being readily available in going for the surprise plays, just calling out teammates, making use of his ult, as well as the Hino, the pokes, very annoying pokes, and sometimes he can even get the smite for himself, even in the mid, just to annoy the jungler of the opponent, and followed by the Dolia, which we understand because of the resets, and the Arlie, which is just being very mobile and just almost very powerful, especially during the late game. But what do you think so far about our incoming picks here in our draft?
Revitalize definitely hit the jackpot with that one. They have secured Mai Shiranui, one of the high impact mage, one of the high burst damage capable kind of mage that is present in the game. One of the most banned and now one of the most contested kind of hero, and AXG Revitalize with their first pick is not gonna let go of that one. Partner that up with a Dun and a Lady Sun. That means they're up for a ride initiation wise. Dun and Mai can do that as well, and all that 𝐊𝐍𝐼𝐍𝐼 has to do is to hit with that enhanced damage that she has. But for Mahadewa, seems like they're gonna be trying to tank it up because Zhang Fei is gonna be play. We have Mai to set up fights, and of course Lady Jen is gonna be there as well. Talking about crowd controls, Lady Jen specialized on that.
Yes, definitely. Actually, the first three picks has some source of crowd control in here. They can actually go for the engage, making use of the Zhang Fei ult, as well as the disengage, making use, and the damage as well, making use of the Lady Jen ult, which is the destructive deluge. But for the meantime, on the side of Team Revitalize, it seems like they're quite pretty balanced in here. First picking Mai Shiranui, I think in here definitely can set up good early plays, ganks as well at the same time, for as long as this Mai Shiranui will be roaming around at best with the roamer that they has yet to pick.
Ooh. Talking about the bans here, probably one of the annoying ones to Frey. For Mahadewa, they have been watching the AXG Revitalize game, and that is why they had that idea that they are really good with Ming, and might as well remove some of their heroes. Ellie's hero, Ming, to at least cripple down their support lineup. But this gives Ellie more freedom to choose another support hero. He can pick Kayan, he can pick Sanbin, if that works well with the drafts. But we'll talk about Rasta. There is no clash lane yet. Who is gonna be that guy that will face Mai? For them, a lane is quite open, but they're gonna be going Sansa, so that means we're gonna be expecting a lot of charges. We're gonna be expecting a lot of sales to happen. Rasta is gonna lead the boat, and then this will target out the Renji. But for Luna to be the last pick, Mahadewa is definitely dishing out a huge magical damage on this game.
Yes, that's so true. And we might be seeing some Succubus cloak here and there, most especially for Dun, as well as Sunsua, who might be setting up the team fights. But we'll see about that lineup for the side of Team Mahadewa from Indonesia in here. Then again, their composition is relying more on the the clashes. They for sure would wanna look for fights, because they have the Mayin, which can set up the flanks, and at the same time they have the backup coming from Zhang Fei as well as the Lady Zen to engage and disengage whenever they want. But at the same time, for the side of the blue team, which is AXG Revitalized from the Philippines, they're more on the pick of side in here. So I think now it's just a matter of execution if they will be able to become, faithful and loyal to their draft. But here we go in the Heroes Gorge, AXG versus Mahadewa Esports. Let's see how this one will go.
Well, the lineup, it seems like for 𝐓𝐿 is gonna try to contest, is gonna try to smite it out when it comes to disrupting the farm from the side of, or securing their jungle side, because we can see some disruptions coming in from the side of 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. So this is gonna be a challenge, but ooh, I mean, just look at that commitment. For Melo, he's going to be using the smite just to secure that invasion coming in from the 𝐓𝐿. So no losses there. They got the Crimson. It seems like they wanted to give it a go.
Yes, they're definitely gonna give it a go. This is a 3v5, 3v3 situation. Ooh, we can see our Lady Jen almost to death, but so far no casualties as of yet, as they were just like properly able to disengage. But from that invasion, fortunately again, this smite, sometimes this is why it's quite useful for the roamer to have the smite as well, either for aggression or protection. But now we're looking at Shiority in here, going for that invade. So I guess it's now all going in favor so far for the side of Mahadewa right after that invade.
I mean, that is up for that first encounter yet, but now since Aleready is now level 4, he's not even hesitating to go towards the farm lane, just poke out some damage from 𝐓𝐿 and then force him to at least back down a little bit. But that's a Lady's Son. He has that rage capability. He doesn't want to back down that fight because his health is not below 50. He can still continue laning in that stage, and for Enix, he's gonna be punishing. He has the task to punish 𝐓𝐿 during that farming stage.
Definitely. I mean, that is the farm laners that we have in there who would usually be alone, right? So they're like the solo laners as well. But ooh, we did not see in the camera though. A first blood already has happened. Mayin's gonna be taking down Dun, Rasta up top. Of course, it's like you're playing a fighting game there in the Clash lane, you would say. But for the meantime, seems like the Unbridled Outburst will be used in here in the riverside. One member will fall down. It's the Cyan, and the rest of the members will decide to just back away as they take the objectives that they need.
Wow, I mean, for that farm lane fight, it seems like they brought it up towards mid. I mean, mid is quite hot. They need to defend it, but they can, I mean, for Mahadewa, they're still disrupting.
Not yet even done with the tussle here and there, but the moment that they see that Luna is already so low, they went to just go back away. But for the meantime, set sail has already been used. Not sure where it's gonna go, but ooh, look at that! On a favorable target for himself, the 𝐓𝐿 will fall down. But then again, that's just a roamer. It's not a carry on the side of Mahadewa Esports, but at least that stopped Mahadewa Esports from continuously invading 𝐷𝐿's jungle.
Good commitment for Mantis. He managed to get close towards his opponent, and then they managed to get in for that kill. It was really an easy dash for them to punish Melo in that early engagement, because he doesn't have the ult. He already used that in that previous fight. So for 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, that's a way for them to capitalize on their first ever kill. And what is gonna be next? Because somehow they need to at least put some extra effort in order for them to catch up towards the economy, the net worth.
Yeah, I mean, that is the question, but I think we just have to wait for this 4-minute game time. But hold the thought, because set sail has been used to become aggressive in here in the middle lane. We already see that Destructive Deluge already be used by the Lady Zen, followed by our Unbridled Outburst, just shoving away the members of 𝐷𝐿 Revitalized in here within the Ferali form of this 𝐓𝐿. He is just not going to be scared against anyone against 𝐷𝐿 Revitalized. But we can see the Tyrant already being contested to no afford coming from Revitalize in here. It will still be secured by Mahadewa Esports.
Wow, it seems like after that poke, after that engagement, Mahadewa is definitely in charge of this early game. They're not letting 𝐷𝐿 Revitalize get something out of this. I mean, for them, now is the time to set things up, but they're gonna be getting Mayin hiding in the brush.
Hiding in a rush, gonna be kicked out by our Mayin and their Mons. But yeah, they're not gonna be overextending, which is what I love and how Mahadewa Esports would actually play. But set sail has been used just to become mobile, going towards the middle lane. A 1v2 ongoing right now will happen here. Luna will still be able to go back to safety, but the Cyan actually has fallen down bot, and continuing here in the middle lane though, Luna will fall down. The backup incoming in here from Mons. He will kill of the dune, but the fight still continues. And there you go, we can see Sun Tua still falling down as well, and that is so close to just getting the wipe out against 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, because everyone's just disappeared in the map, and the space for Mahadewa Esports to just go for tower pushes.
This is what we get if Mons became serious. No, I'm not talking about the ult, but you know, Mons here as the Mayin, he did play at the Mayin really well. He did manage to use that combination of skills, and of course having that ult pop, I mean that get serious, they managed to at least enable her or him to allow a pretty nice decent combo in that fight, enabling him to survive much longer. So for Mahadewa Esports, for Mons getting a double, this is a bigger thing, and now they can scale up. They can still produce something out of this, and now the cards has been thrown, and ladies and
Yes, that is so true, and we can see that a bridal outburst has been used already. Dune is actually being quartered in here, but the rest of them are getting slowed as well. He will fall down onto the hands of the Luna, and one more member will fall down. Sun Tua has disappeared in the map. Everyone just continuing in here to just become aggressive up against the rest of the members of 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. You know what? The latest one doesn't have the damage that he needs yet, because we sometimes would see a lot of members from the side of Mahadewa Esports being just so low, but so far, no damage from 𝐁𝐅𝐒 at this moment in time.
wow. For 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, it seems like they need to tighten up their defense, but Mahadewa is readily knocking on the doors.
Oh, look at that. What kind of setup now? Is this the moment of comeback coming from 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, as our latest Zun will secure the double kill, killing off as well both NX and this was actually too long. Melo, the champion on the side of Mahadewa Esports now, and this is your chance to potentially take off this tower in the middle lane. But look at this, the members of Mahadewa will try to actually defend that Luna, try to find a moment to catch one member, but no afford.
Mahadewa Esports need to take a chill out of that engagement. I mean, they got what they want. They got some pretty decent kills. They managed to spike out the gold lead, and they managed to create a space. So for Mahadewa Esports, one thing that they need to do is to secure more and more objectives, get more items, because we have to be careful about some scaling heroes here. 𝐁𝐅𝐒 can scale up towards the late game, but Joy can evenly try to at least farm up those burst items. As for the Shiranui, and you know, that's what they need to watch out for. They need to watch out that instant burst capability, instant scaling capability of those late game heroes coming in from the 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. And as for Mahadewa, they have to continue the pressure. They have to continue the aggression that they're doing up against 𝐓𝐿.
That's so true, that's so true. But meanwhile, we can see a teleportation coming in here down bottom part of the map right now. The Mayin joining the fight, so as is the Sun Tua with the set sail. What will happen in here? We'll be able to set up and engage, but no, he will just use it to just be present in that 5v5 potential tussle that might happen in the bot.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about, the pressure that Mahadewa Esports is unleashing towards this map. Seems like they're not letting 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize come out of the map. Now, with limited resources, 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize will be having some struggles when it comes to keeping up with the items. And as for Mahadewa, this will be a perfect opportunity to start an attack.
Definitely, and the tie-in will fall down. In here, set sail will be used, but will he find a target? Yes, he will, but they're not gonna be going for the full engage because they're actually missing one member, which is 𝐿𝐿. So the names of our players are just so fun to mention. Sometimes it gives us like a, you know, some kind of a challenge to actually pronounce it while on stream. But yeah, I mean, I think the question in here, VOIN, is that what team 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize do? But hold a thought before you say anything, because it seems like 𝐓𝐿 Mahadewa in here will want to go for that push already into the base of team 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. But in here onto the back line, we can see the flank incoming from the Shiranui, but to no afford, as he will fall down as well. Sun Tua will fall down too, and that is actually a wipe out. What was that? Now they're just tanking the crystal, and they're just waiting for some of the minion waves to flow in and help out in getting that crystal. But then again, that is Mahadewa Esports just being pretty dominant on this game one. Now, VOIN, it's your time to explain. What maybe I will rephrase my question. What could have they done in here? AXG revitalized from that moment when Mahadewa got the lead.
Kaisaya, it seems like Madewa is keeping all ears in our conversation.
Uh-huh.
They're not letting me talk. I mean, for me to be able to talk, no. We're gonna be doing actions right now. We're gonna be ending this game. And as for Mahadewa, that is what they shown us. They have ended this game before I can say anything else regarding AXG Revitalize defending their base. So there's nothing else to do. But if you're gonna be asking me if what can AXG Revitalize could have done in order for them to prevent that, I mean, judging on the scale of items that Mahadewa Esports and even the economy that they had, seems like for X to revitalize in this kind of fast-paced delivery, being brought to us by Mahadewa, it's really hard for them to do something about it because in order for them to make an effective defense, they just have to guard the base, and with that being flashy is the key for Mahadewa. Ending it fast is the right thing. Eliminating them fast is gonna be the job for Mahadewa to win that first game.
That's true, and I think they got out-rotated by Team Mahadewa Esports in here. And actually, the first invade that AXG Revitalized did onto the jungle camp of Mahadewa Esports was like, okay, that was so nice because, of course, as a Luna in your opponent, you would want this particular hero to actually, be lacking in terms of farm, and that was a nice intention on the side of AXG Revitalized. But unfortunately, they weren't able to smite out that red buff. If they were able to do so, then it's gonna be a fast rotation for them without having to have a fight on the top lane part of the map. But it is what it is. I guess they just need to find. They have to they have to stop Mahadewa Esports from out-rotating them. Instead, it should be them trying to set the tune of the dance, the flow of their rotations in the map rather than them. Because again, their composition is not really for team fights but meant to be mostly for pick-offs, as they have actually in here the Mai Shiranui. You want to pick off the random maybe, or the Lady Jen as well. But yeah, gonna be quite tricky because they both have CC, right?
All about crowd control. It's all about handling your opponents. All about your impact and locking them down. Eliminating them will be the job for those burst heroes, for those marksmen, for those mages that has that capability as well, and for Actuality. I mean, as the assassin jungler, he managed to at least do the job. I mean, for that quick burst, quick finish, well, Actuality is just ready to jump in anytime she wants, and then from there it scales up. But for Fatal Boy's Lady Jen did made an impact. I mean, for Lady Jen to at least utilize that crowd control into their team's advantage, because they know that AXG loves to group up a lot. So you just have to throw in some flowing side to at least bounce every time. They want to freeze them with the destructive deluge and not being able to move, being slowed down and kept down in place. So this enables the assassins, the marksmen, to at least do what they want best, and then it's gonna be it benefits the entire Mahadewa team, and Mahadewa did benefit from that, and that is why they're on a match point already.
In fairness, it's actually the Lady Jen that got the most damage dealt from that fight. So it was really her as well, just being all the time present in the map together with the Zhangfei, members of Team X Revitalized that really just had a hard time in dealing with all those CCs. But then again, we'll just see how they could potentially come back. I think, not much of a problem in the draft, to be honest. It's more about the execution. Again, Eggs Revitalized going for the, pick-off type of composition, but wasn't able to do so because most of the time you would see there is no cross-map play that would have happened. It's most of the time just Sun Tzu just setting his sail towards the team fight to join time, the team fight. So no pressure coming in from the other side of the map, which could have been better to at least force the members of Mahadewa Esports to, separate ways in order to defend the other part of the map. But yeah, let's just see how this one will go. But do you think, Vinci, there is a particular hero that they must ban in here up against Mahadewa Esports?
For me, my thoughts about banning those kinds of heroes is that ban those annoying ones, especially target the mid lane. I mean, for Fatal Boy, he has that kit to in order for him to lane mid, get those crowd control heroes up in place. And aside from not or for aside from banning mid heroes, might as well focus on supports because supports definitely does the job as well.
Yeah.
For the Sangfei, he did turn to a literal beast. But with that said, game one is done and dusted. They're gonna be preparing for game number 2. So Mahadewa, AXG Revitalize is gonna be next. This is definitely a match point for Mahadewa. They need to win this one, and for AXG Revitalize, this is their opportunity to turn the tables around and then force a reverse sweep in order for them to upset Mahadewa. But we will be learning more from that later on because we are gonna be taking a break, just like the players. So guys, might as well grab some quick snacks, get back here, watch Reign Supreme, and then we'll be right back in a little bit. So don't go away, guys. We'll be right back.
Red team has slain. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has destroyed a tower. Red team has slain an enemy. An enemy. Red team unstopped. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team.
And we are back in here at the BFStv Honor of Kings Reign Supreme Season 2. I'm �KSIO. With me is 𝐕NZG. And yes, I'm finally doing it correctly. 𝐕NZG. And we are about to continue the action between 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize from the Philippines versus MAHADEWA Esports. And our score is already 1-0 in favor of MAHADEWA on a best of 3 series. So again, 𝐕NZG, a while ago you said that they gotta respect like that of the Lady Jen, but there's still the Princess Frost. So I mean, Angela is still even there. So I think there's just a lot of really good mates. But is this really about a particular hero or just a matter of execution?
I mean, in Honor of Kings, you can pick whatever hero you want, but if you cannot play your cards right, or if you cannot play your heroes right because of the opponent's factor, then that will definitely affect your entire game style. I mean, the gameplay is the same, but it's all about how you play it. So it's gonna matter. So it's not about getting those comfort picks. I mean, comfort picks is one piece of the puzzle, but it's all about how they execute it. It's all about how they turn things around. So I'm gonna be more and more invested in the Hero's Gorge action, because the draft here is just definitely one part only. I mean, it's just the start. It's a never-ending warfare. You have to consider which ones are we gonna remove, which ones are we gonna pick. But in the end, it's all about how you play it in the Hero's Gorge, and might as well persevere and then make this a long game. So might as well have a longer chance of surviving this game. And for the bans, right now, Lady Sun being prioritized, and this gives room for Mellow to pick the Siren, the Dahlia.
Yes, for sure. Loss of resets is gonna be in there. And yeah, you were actually mentioning about it will matter on how they're gonna play it in the Gorge, right? I do definitely agree, because if you will remember, like in one of the official tournaments of Honor of Kings, it's actually KIS Season 2, wherein Team Secret forgot, like they honestly forgot to put a smite, to use smite on their jungle hero, jungle player.
No.
But they were still able to win the game despite it, having to go to more than 20-minute game time. So I think I generally agree on what you said there. It's about how you will play the game. Doesn't matter about if you forgot some spells, or if you forgot, or like the draft, like you have mentioned. But yeah, I do agree. But now looking at the draft right now, Haino and Jungfei and Byron secured by Team 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize here on the red side. Oh, there is like more like now they're leaning towards the we want to go for a team fight comp now. Of course, primarily as we see in here, we see the Jungfei, but of course it depends on what they're gonna pick on the jungle later on too. But still, the Lady Jen is secured on the side of MAHADEWA, 𝐕NZG.
Yeah, for Fatal Boy, okay, I'm gonna stick with this. It did work out well in game number 1, but let's try to at least pair it up with other heroes, because Marco Polo came into play without Lady Sun. This forced NX to play Marco Polo for Mellow. Okay, I'm gonna be doing the Dahlia. So that's the support that we're gonna be needing. We don't need the Zhangfei anymore. We can give this to 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. For 𝐁𝐅𝐒, he's gonna answer the Marco Polo with someone that can dish out a huge amount of damage in an area of effect, and that is Alisio. He can like easily hide himself in presence during the lane, and then he can like dish out damage from above. So that's a really good kit for 𝐓𝐿 to utilize if they pick or they lock in towards the Alisio. But going back to your point, yes, I do agree. I mean, for Team Secret, winning without a smite, so I do agree that mistakes definitely happen. But of course, that's a good mistake for Team Secret. The mistake that they did is during the drafting phase, but nonetheless, they made it work. Even without a smite, they struggled securing the jungle, but in the end, they win, and that's all that matters.
Okay, just got a comment on, I don't know, well, they're not yet locking in the Prince of Landling in here, but if they lock this in, I'm not gonna call this a more on a team fight comp. because of obviously, like, you know, if you have something a hero like that of a Prince of Lanling, then you would be aiming for, you know, ganks, pick-offs. You would want to potentially kill off the Marco Polo first, or the Lady Jen, or the Dolia. But anyway, probably they're going to be changing the mind. Is this going to be a Zilong? Yes, it is. And yeah, they go back to their decision that they're gonna go for a more of a team fight comp in here. But on the side of team Mahadewa, looks like they're eyeing more on survivability. They could eye on going for picks off as well, because they have a Mayin too, which could just flank on the side and target Alisho on the backside, as well as Haino maybe. But of course, depends if Haino is prepared with his Fate Rewind. But again, there's a lot of heals. We call it in Tagalog healing galing. So because
Healing
they have the
galing.
Yuhuan as well as the Dolia. Although of course Dolia heals not too much, but you know, the survivability is gonna be there for sure.
Survivability is gonna be there for sure, and that's one thing. But we are not quite sure yet on what the fate holds for each and every one. So we are gonna go towards game number 2 here on this series between Mahadewa and ASG Revitalize. It is still us, your casters, 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐼 and Vince G, to bring out the action here in the Heroes Gorge. And going back to the point, or going back to what I've seen towards the draft, I mean, Actuality locking in the U1. I mean, one of my favorite heroes, no doubt about that. I mean, Actuality can easily go level 4 in as short as 1 minute. So this gives him room to at least utilize that and then go for rotations as early as 1 minute exactly. And that's what they're doing.
That's so true. And I forgot to mention during the draft though, the Dolia and the Yuhuan combination. Before more we talk about that, let's see the aggressiveness being done by 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize in here on the jungle camp of Mahadewa Esports. No casualties as of yet, as everyone will just be respecting each and everyone. But I think the buff was stolen. Is that it? Did I see it correctly?
Nope. It went to Fatal. It seems like no, because it went to Fatal
I
Boy.
can see two buffs on like one member of 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. So I think we just like have to double check later on once the camera goes in there. I might have been mistaken, but yeah, I just want to go back onto the Dolia Yuhuan combination. So usually you would see this in drafts as well, that they're gonna be paired up in one draft. Because most especially you would want the melody of peace to be reset for more, you know, continuous heals and sustain. So I guess that's one thing that was apparently not avoided by 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, as they kept the Dolia open. But yeah, let's continue on to this one. For now, they're kind of chill, except for our Clash laners who's already having a tussle in there into the camp of Team Mahadewa.
Well, for Byron, for Rasta, he definitely needs to play aggressive as the Byron, because he has that kit, he has that sustain with the passive. Once that his energy reached that level 1 bar, that means he can like do some hits and then, you know, go unbothered, take some health back. So that's a good surviving capability for there with the Byron pick. So Rasta needs to utilize on that as well. And then if Rasta or if Byron definitely had that upgraded skill, that means he can dish out some pretty nice effects. Like for the stun, or for the second skill, he definitely has a stun on it. So that is a really good crowd controls. And for the fearless, I mean for the ulti that Byron has, upgraded shields, and of course movement speed still. So that's a really good engagement kit.
Oh, here we go with the unbridled outburst already by the Junkfei. Gonna be trying to slow down the rest of the members of Team Mahadewa Esports. But Suns coming from the Yuhuan is in here as well. And look at the first blood coming from our Marco Polo, killing off 𝐿𝐿. And in here they're not even done, as they try to shove the rest of the members of Team 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. And in here Alesha will not be saved, even if he tries to go under the tower, as he will be dove in by the rest of the members of Mahadewa Esports.
Impressive. I mean, I did expect that Actuality would be hitting the Unending Sorrow on the first try, but still, he got Dolia. He got Mellow to reset that Unending Sorrow, so he managed to go on twice, and then that enables him to dodge the tower attacks, and that means still they get 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐿.
Look at that. Destructive deal used was used to just like, hey, you stop, all of you members of Revitalize, stop trying to take my middle lane. But for the meantime, we have this fight ongoing on to the Tyrant side. They actually shoved the members of XG Revitalize. We saw it a while ago. XG Revitalize was already starting off this Tyrant, but the rest of the members of Mahadewa just scared the rest of the members of AXG. You know, in Filipino, in Tagalog, we call it na-aurahan. Alam mo yun?
Aurahan.
Na-aurahan, di ba?
Definitely. Na-aurahan indeed. And now they're going to be applying so much pressure here because of the aura that they had here. It seems like they're overflowing with that aggressive aura for Mahadewa Esports. And for them to at least apply so much pressure, this gives 𝐊𝐍𝐼𝐍𝐿 some no space. Oh, wait!
Gotta be safe. He's got the melody of peace in there just to save himself out. And there goes the stuns here and there. Look at the flank coming from Monson here. Our Mulan and the rest of the members in here will just continue to destroy, do destruction up against the rest of the members of Revitalize while putting more pressure in the middle lane at the same time. No towers has fallen down as of yet, but I guess maybe in the coming objectives we might be seeing some towers already falling down, just like what the Mayin is already targeting to do up top.
For them to invade the jungle for XG Revitalize. I mean, actually, Reti here is using the Smite right, and then for them to get the Azure Golem buff, that's a huge win for Mahadewa, and that means AXG Revitalize to. Oh, wait a minute!
Almost close to taking down the tower, but Byron will just focus fire on the Mayin. And yeah, it's a successful defense by the Byron. But for the meantime, unbridled outburst has been used in here, down bottom part of the map, in here as well. All coming from Malicious Sunset Fireworks Show. Will that be helpful? No, because in here, look at the Dolia, look at the U1. They're just gonna go all for healing Galing, the survival tactic, the healing tactic coming from AXG, or rather Mahadewa right now, killing of another member, actually a double kill even. This Hyena as well as Mantis will also fall down.
Mellow had that pretty nice combination, and it kind of worked. It works out way too well. We've seen a lot of AoEs. They're relying on those circles, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with that added attack, when using that first kill coming in from the Yuan, it's easy for them to punish down their opponents and to take down towers. But for AXG, it seems like they wanted to give this a go.
They're trying to give it a go, but as you can see, so much survivability between these two. Again, the melody of peace has been used in here just to survive. And there's the members in here of Mahadewa Esports is just going all in. However, the Marco Polo will fall down, and it is. But in here, they will still get more kills in favor of Mahadewa. But seems like Mantis, he has to back away a little bit. But look at the dive coming from Mons, killing off the Alicio. And I think they're not even done because they're gonna put an ace onto the faces of AXG Revitalize. What a nice sweep.
Of near-death experiences coming in from Max Juretti. He managed to turn the tides around. He's utilizing, he's abusing every unending sorrow when it's on cooldown. But if it's on cooldown, if it's off cooldown, and they're waiting for it to at least come back, well, you've got Mellow to reset it. And with that engagement alone in the bottom lane, we have seen like two or three unending sorrows, and then with that, they have survived that fight.
Yes, that's so true. Unbridled Outburst has been used to disengage, but it seems like the jump phase is gonna be like paper for the side of Team Mahadewa. Esports in here, double kill gonna go onto our Marco Polo. Again and again, an ending sorrow for you here and there. But yeah, I guess it's literally an ending sorrow for AXG Revitalize right now, VZG.
I won't call it an ending sorrow because for that, it seems like it's really way out of the roof. I mean, it's not even sadness level already. With that kind of ultimate abuse, they have been winning every team fight, so giving damage and sustaining their teammates, and that's what they want every fight now and then.
Yes, and now and then, and here is the now and then again, because even the Sunset Fireworks has been used by
Again.
Alicia. It's not going to be enough in here just to take down the rest of the members of Mahadewa Esports. You see that crucial healing? That's what we're talking about. Heals from the Dolia and more unlimited heals coming from the Yuhu one as well. They just cannot be taken down. There is just so much heals, and there need to be more itemization in here to cancel the heals or to lower down the heals. But the problem is that there are also stuns coming in, even the destructive deluge as well. It is just big a pain in the ears on the side of 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize in here. Now they focus on the crystal and trying to end the game, and yes, the game will end on a 2-0 score in favor of Mahadewa Esports. Congratulations, Mahadewa, as you will be moving forward to the round of 8.
Well, they did read the drafts well, and they know that 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize is going to go on a team fight centric fight. But of course, if you're gonna be going towards a team fight centric fight, well, might as well go for some sustain and then some counter team fight. And then that's what we're seeing right now. A lot of heals, a lot of damage, and then from 𝐓𝐿 ready to come out on top. That is quite insane. I mean, he doesn't need any cooldown reduction items. He goes for stave, he goes for ogre, and then the damage for that jungle items, and the only cooldown item that he has is boots. So that means he doesn't need the cooldown reduction. He just needs Dolia to be on his side most of the time. And then from there, it just kills, and that is gonna be a GG. I mean, for the side of Mahadewa, and for 𝐓𝐿 rating, well, he deserved that MVP, no doubt.
Definitely. I mean, but of course, pretty similar though. In terms of the KDA, I mean, you already mentioned it, right? Like they have been working closely together, and I think it's just that for 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize wasn't able to read that. Okay, we give away the Dolia, but they forgot to ban the Huan, as that's a potential duo combo that these teams can actually do in the game. You can see how they're like, having just a fun time in, surviving, both swimming in the pool that was made by the Dolia, and at the same time the heals coming from both the Dolia and the Yuhu one as well. But then again, we can see the stats, the damage coming from 𝐿𝐿. Even though he is one of the top damage dealers in here, including the Hino, it's just not enough. It's at the same time, 𝐿𝐿 in here.
Ellie.
Oh, sorry. Ellie in here.
Yeah.
It's like Ellie times 4, right? Ellie times 4 in here have taken it's not like it appeared like as if he's not a tank, right? We saw him like, okay, once he gets stunned or slowed, he's just a paper for team Mahadewa from this game.
I mean, he suffered a lot of magical damage coming in from both Dolia and from the U1 itself, and that give him a hard time already. But it is what it is. Mahadewa now proceeding towards the next round, but 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, yes, they did their absolute best, and that's why we've seen them here. We've seen them here try to at least grab their spot in the top 8. So it just shows on this matchup that Mahadewa is the better team, but that doesn't mean that it's over for 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize. There's a lot of tournaments out there, and they can even wait for a season 2. So it's not yet over. I mean, come back stronger, and we wanted to see more of 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, but we'll definitely see more of the Mahadewa in the top 8.
Yes, and you were mentioning about tournaments, right? Because registration for Honor of Kings Open Split Series 2 is already open. So I think it was posted officially on the Facebook page of Honor of Kings, and I think you can also see that inside the game. So, but yeah, congratulations again to Mahadewa Esports for moving forward to the next round. 𝐓𝐿 Revitalize, just put this in portfolio. You will see how much achievement you've done, how much of experience you've gained from this tournament, and of course, realizations and learnings from all of the matches. I mean, I think that it's like 64 plus teams here, right? And they reach here up until 16?
16! So
Right.
they survived 2 rounds. I mean, for them to reach this level, it's no joke, because all of the participants here, Isaiah, are way too competitive.
Yes, agree. And I think this what makes the esports of Honor of Kings so exciting. But I guess before our next match, which is gonna be VOIN Alliance from Indonesia versus Myanmar's Nanobot, we will just be heading on to a short break. Once again, I'm Kesaya. With me is Vinci G, and yes, we will be right back.
First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Blue team has slain an Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team double kill. Red team Blue team killing spree. Blue team rampage. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue
Wow. We have seen so much of a fight in our first series, and we are now here on our main event, the final match that we're gonna be having in this best of 16. Kaisaya, Vince G, still with you guys here on the BFS TV, Reign Supreme. So without any thoughts, I'm so excited about this match because we are talking about VOIN Esports and Nanobots.
Yes, from hailing from Indonesia and Myanmar, we will just have to find out who is actually the stronger team between these two teams, Honor of Kings teams. And yeah, I'm pretty sure again, PCG have been casting almost every day for this tournament. I'm pretty sure you've seen how they go. But Voin Esports, they have been very much present, right, in a lot of other tournaments too, and they're actually pretty strong. And I wonder how Nanobot actually have prepared to match up against Voin Esports.
They're pretty strong. They're pretty active in terms of like scrimmages and all that. I've seen VOIN Esports participating in weekly screams and daily screams and all that, participating in tournaments and all that. But of course, since we're talking about tournaments, Kaisaya, might as well give thanks to our sponsors because without Battle for Supremacy TV, there won't be any Honor of Kings tournament here. And not only that, let's talk about the team here. Team Wallet. With Team Wallet, you can buy, sell, and trade crypto tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Algo, Solana, and more. Unlike any other platforms where you need to download and sign up to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, Team Wallet bot makes it easier and more accessible for everyone by saving your time and effort through Supreme ETF or Supreme Exchange Traded Funds in TEAM Wallet. You can now purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum with just one click. Now, Team Wallet has integrated all of these features into a single system, making it more convenient and efficient for its users. You just have to search at Team Wallet Bot in Telegram to take advantage of this convenient tool. And as another team thing here will be the team tokens. You know, guys, do you know that you can earn team tokens just by referring teams and players to join here on our tournaments? These tokens that you earn can be converted to cash or can be used to join the upcoming events here in the Battle for Supremacy TV. And not only that, we also have Supreme Team Drafts offers us the opportunity to be drafted within its ranks dominated in events for Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite, available to all players worldwide. So there's a lot to mention here, Kaisaya, and not only that, because we're talking about a wide range of tournament. You know, your thoughts about the matchup?
I mean, I'm just happy to see that it's not just about Honor of Kings, right? There is the
Oh,
Fortnite, there's Valorant as well, and there is an upcoming 1v1 Honor of Kings tournament by BFS TV
there
as
you
well.
go.
So if you have not seen that in different Facebook groups, here one of our admins here in BFS TV has been posting, you know, like the app, like how to apply or how to apply in that 1v1. Like at the same time, you can also DM our Facebook page if you would be interested. And again, of course, thank you to BFS TV and all the sponsors, because it's not just happening for Honor of Kings but also for other games. But yeah, Voin Esports, Nanobot, I'm just curious to see how Nanobot prepared for this, because again, we do know that Voin Esports is quite, you know, it's they're not like just normal team in here. They are very competitive, to be honest.
I agree. And I like that you mentioned earlier that Battle for Supremacy TV is not just about Honor of Kings only. They have been tackling a lot of tournaments here from Call of Duty Mobile, from Honor of Kings, from Fortnite, and not only Fortnite, because you using your BNB, guys, you can now purchase Fortnite B bucks and receive the pin real time at Team Wallet Bot. So take note of this, guys. All gift cards and prizes need to be claimed by users. If not, these will be returned towards their respective senders. And if you're a Fortnite player, just like we've said or I've said, that is really, really itching to compete, well, there you have it. I mean, we have Fortnite tournaments just in the works for you. And I believe it's currently ongoing Be sure to explore our island map, BFStv, Red and Blue, to keep yourselves updated. So you just have to join our Telegram group at BFStv Fortnite to learn more. And not only that, do you know, guys, that you can also top up? Like, if you like Honor of Kings, you can top up tokens for Honor of Kings. You can get it. You can also get your Riot points, Garena shells, and Fortnite V-Bucks up and running. Well, you just have to at least use or get into the BFS TV top up. So all you have to do is to like this page to learn more, and then it's from there you can like read on how can you use BFS TV top up. It can change your life.
Wow, wow. Lots of information in there. And I mean, yeah, but I guess let's head on to the draft. Void Esports versus NANOBOT. Sorry, Vinzi, could you, like, during the draft, repeat all those? No, this is just how we... this is how just like we try to annoy each other. But yeah.
Oh.
That's a really long one, but yeah, all of the information in case you missed something, just either maybe we can clip Vinzi's voiceover in there, right? Or just find it over on the Facebook page of BFS TV. Right, okay, let's move forward to the draft. 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐆𝐒, Lienpo already secured in here on the side of VOIN Esports, which tells us that they have the early capacity so far in the form of the 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐼, and they can even go for like early annoyance in the forms of Lienpo, but at the same time they can secure the late game damage in the form of the 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐼. But for the side of NANOBOT in here, pretty much like I would say it's relying more on the capacity to just like go for ganks and surprise attacks, right? Because we're talking about the 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐼 in here being available, so, and very tanky roamer, rather jungle in here in the form of the Menki as well. So, but yeah, what do you think about so far the draft that has been quickly finalized for us right now?
Drafts, I mean, I've seen a pretty much unusual hero, and that's gonna be Guan Yu. And then for 𝐁𝐅𝐒 to handle that, that means they're gonna be eyeing towards the cash lane, Guan Yu, and then go for support Lian Po. Well, it's gonna be a smash and burn for each and everyone. But without any further ado, these two teams are gonna be facing each other for this final best of 3 for the round of 16. Whoever wins in this series, Kaysaya, will be advancing into our round of 8. And that round of 8, they will be complete the puzzle, and there's gonna be another role that's gonna happen in order for them to determine the matchup. So this is quite unique for, let's talk about this. It's quite unique for BFS TV to have this kind of bracketing system.
I love it.
You don't need brackets to determine your opponents. You just need to spin the wheel.
I love it. It's actually a fun part of their tournament, right? And it gives more flexibility as well for the teams to, not be super well prepared. It gives a sense of surprise as well on who are you going to be matching up against with next, because you have to watch almost all of the matches in this tournament before you can move forward like confidently. But then again, we're here in the gorge. You can see the lane already seeing 3 members of Team VOIN Esports up top. Fortunately, the rest of the members of VOIN Esports did not actually went all in onto him, even though he doesn't have the ult as of yet.
That's a forced flash I've seen from 𝐁𝐅𝐒 here, but it definitely saves him from that first blood, that almost first blood brought to him by NANOBOT, by a lane. But for the clash lane, for the farm lane rather, the marksmen are really doing their job. It's all about guns. It's all about the arrows being thrown at them on their way. So this is gonna be an interesting take. But for NANOBOT right now, they seem like they're creating so much space for Sam to at least benefit from all the jungle camps, from the buffs that they can get, and now enabling them to rotate mid in the level 4.
Yeah, That is so true. And in the middle lane, seems like there's no going to be full commitment as of yet. You know, sometimes in terms of talking about commitments, right? Yeah, like they want to wait for the right time before they go full on commit. But like this, they just meet up and all that, but they're not gonna go for some full commit. It seems like they want to wait for some of their members to actually join a potential team fight, a gank, because this is like an awkward like setup as a moment, you know, especially if you're just in a duo lane, unless you find a good CC, just like potentially what they are doing right now, both the Lienpo as well as the 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐻. But no hard CC that we'll be seeing right now, unless 𝐁𝐅𝐒 actually will go for his Burning Sun arrow.
So, as of there are no casualties. They are playing safe. They are staying away from engagement, but for both of these teams, there's no doubt they're still looking for it. They cannot find that first blood yet, but the mid is definitely a hot spot when it comes to getting that first blood.
Oh, here we go. This is a fight that's going to be fully committed onto the middle lane. Burning Sun Arrow will connect onto one member. Oh, will this Hino actually survive? Going to be making use of the Fate Rewind just to give him some safety net. But for the meantime, we can see our 𝐑𝐎𝐻 just basically, you know, poking our Lianpo in here onto the bot side.
The poke mechanic, it's all about the support, is all about the carries finding their target right, because all I can see right now is that they're ultra protecting each other. They don't want to get harmed, but instead they have to focus on farming. But you know, when the other guys are poking them around, well, fights are happening.
Yes, indeed. Fights are happening right now.
Oh.
Will be able to back away just a little bit in here, but a Burning Sun arrow
no.
will connect. So as this is stun to Guan Yu will fall down. To Noah Ford, the Razor Cavalry will become useless. Quite a bit for them. And the rest of the members of NANOBOT will just go for some invades, clearing off some of the jungle camps of VOIN Esports. And everyone, it seems like we'll just try to go back to safety, but no, it seems like our Lianpo wants to actually find some fight in here. Look at his HP bar, and now the objective will come in. The Tyrant is awake. It's about close to 50% HP. Will there be a steal? That is the question. Our Jing is in here. No secure. Menke will secure it instead. There we go with the Fate Rewind. Just going back to safety under the tower and go back to some pokes here and there.
Wow. After that engagement, after that first blood pickup at mid, they did make sure that they're gonna be getting that first epic monster objective at 4 minutes. Getting the Tyrant on the bot lane is a pretty good move from the side of NANOBOTs, and they are utilizing on their advantage. That's a good stun coming in from the U1, and he's punishing the Hano really well. For Skrull, he's currying in pain right now because of the capability of 𝐿 to punish him real hard.
That's so true. That is so true. But now I think everyone just can wait for another opportunity to find a perfect gap. But I can see now Senna is actually super low on the bot side. Potentially, I mean, there's no Burning Sun arrow right now available for 𝐁𝐼. Potentially, he got hit by that arrow while he was trying to front for the early, right? So I guess that those are the kind of like mistakes that they should just like avoid, because I mean, even though 𝐁𝐼 is not super available, he has a very good 𝐑𝐎𝐻 in here who can just like poke out some damage. That is the range advantage in there. Lianpo without enough tanky items definitely will not be able to survive the DPS coming out from the 𝐁𝐼, but it seems like the 3v1 will continue to happen, turning to 3v3, and look at the early will fall down onto the hands of the U1, and even that, the rest of the members of VOIN Esports will not be able to follow up real quick. But U1 not yet even done, even wants to target even more our Lianpo in here, but the rest of the members are trying to back away. We can see Jing trying to catch up, but to no upload. Seems like this is I mean, I don't know, NANOBOT is just like showing that they have really prepared so well against VOIN Esports.
NANOBOT here surprisingly did manage to pack a punch. I mean, for that kind of impact, for that kind of engagement in the bot lane, even now Senna, he's having a hard time as the Lianpo. He's a tanky guy, no doubt, but with that kind of pressure that 𝐿 and 𝐿𝐈 or 𝐊𝐈 is doing, it's really hard for VOIN Esports to find their pick-offs.
Yes, that's so true. But for the meantime, pressure is in. Down bot, super low members on the side of Nanobot right now. And everyone's just gonna go back to safety. But we can see Lienpo providing some vision as to where the rest of the members are. But it seems like a tussle is gonna go on top, wherein the Jing as well as the Lane will just be forced to back away. Then again, there is the map advantage on the side of Nanobot. Likewise, a 2k gold lead in favor of them. Make the 3 incoming. And I think they need to regroup. They need to find a way to get more farm. Most especially for Arlie. I think they have to play around the Arlie this time because Arlie is going to be their source of damage later on. And yeah, very safe with the umbrella, of course, as always. This Arlie. Sometimes, you know, when you're using... But hold on before I say what I want to say because another action has happened. Yuhuan will fall down in here on the side of Nanobot. So yeah, continuing to what I want to say. It's hard to sometimes support Arlie because he can just like be anywhere in the parasol, right? Like, okay, where's my farm laner? He's gone. So like, okay, as a support you can just like get annoyed sometimes, but hold a thought because they want to go for some action again. 3v4 situation it seems. Yuhuan will fall down. We can still see the Jing gonna go have fun with the mirror domain, and a chase has been happening. One you looking to push here and there, and look at that, gonna be smite out. That Menkyu will fall down.
On you, he has a unique capability to push down opponents if he wants to. I mean, he can like charge in with the horse. He's just the mighty cavalier that he is, and now he's trying to at least push down people, push them back towards the tower, and then let the tower do the damage for you. For Guan Yu, for Chokes, he's really playing his card well, and for VOIN Esports, seems like they found some glimmer of hope in that one. Now trying to at least raise their economy, tying up with Nanobots, but they did win that fight. They're leading in kills, and they secured a very crucial objective earlier.
Blue team
That's
has
so true.
destroyed a
Now,
tower.
I wonder, it seems like there's kind of a turnaround in terms of the tables in here as two towers has been fallen down already on the side of Nanobot. They're gonna go continue to find that fight right now. Oh, the Burning Sun Arrow, it will connect, but it's on the back line, which is not quite necessary or not very important. But look at the Mirror Domain killing off the Yui, and here we go. They continue to find a fight. Dancing on the floor is our Jing, but the rest of the members will just go back away a lane. We'll try to chase some of the members, but while that was happening, they won the team fight, right? Hino is not yet even there. He's on top, just pushing, happily pushing.
He has his own world. Don't bother me here. Might as well get out of my lane. This is my lane. What are you doing here? Don't defend this lane. Give this to me, man. But for Hino, he's just readily waiting for his ulti Fate Rewind to be popped off, just in case of emergency. And that's what he wants. He needs to be a sneaky rat. He's gonna poke down enemies. He's gonna be the annoying guy. I think this is the perfect opportunity to trigger the Fate Rewind. He's doing it right now, but he's almost died. He almost died on that top lane.
Yeah, so true. And now it seems like this is going to be an uncontested objective, of course, for VOIN Esports. Will there be an exchange? Seems like this is going to be free for take as well. So yeah, just pretty equal. I mean, this is now an advantage in terms of gold for VOIN Esports. It's just 1k though, so a lot of things can still happen. They just need to find a mistake on the side of VOIN Esports if they want to turn the table around again. But the question is, what could that be, right? Who should they be targeting? Arlie is quite hard to target. The only source of CC luck they have in here is the Burning Sun Arrow, which they have used just now. And you know, with a very mobile Arlie, it's gonna be hard to use the Burning Sun Arrow to lock him down, right? Unless maybe you are a Fuzi or a Dongwang who can lock this Arlie out. But look at that. Very mobile, just dancing here and there, making use of her parasol to poke out the rest of the members of Nanobot.
All about the poke capabilities, all about how you annoy your opponents. And seems like VOIN Esports, they definitely found a time for them to shine, and that time is definitely now. You got Hano, he's just having the time of his life, utilizing that space that he had from the top lane, and that is why the our inner tower is almost gonna collapse. So that is gonna be the thing that we need to watch out for the VOIN esports. And VOIN esports, they do capitalize on their advantage. They have lost that early engagement, but they found a way to somehow get back into this game.
That's true. How to get back though? I mean, I think okay, Hoi needs to meditate in making sure that he can focus his ult, his burning sun arrow onto the early. But again, that's quite tricky unless sometimes you just have to wait for that luck to happen unless you're really good in spotting the early when she will go onto her parasol. But at the same time, I think they could make use of the Daciao to make surprise attacks maybe on to killing off Jing first. You know those potential heroes that they can just like burst down easily because Jing is not super tanky anyway. So, but yeah, we'll just have to find out again. It will just boil down onto how they're gonna be executing that. But as we return, as we have talked about, the Jing has fallen down. That is what we're looking for. Now the Hino has fallen down as well. 3 members down. I mean, 3 members remaining on the side of VOIN Esports. I mean, are they hearing us, Vinci? I don't know.
We don't know. But still, I believe that they know what to do in this kind of situation. Now we're back to even Stevens. Economy and kill wise, they're trying to at least make it out, but look at Guan Yu's efforts.
Yes, very much good efforts in here, but will this suffice? Because more seasons is coming in, so much form coming from Yu who won as well, and the Dacia poke too. I mean, that's just like too much damage to deal with now, right? I think Nanobot have realized, okay, we shouldn't be trying to aim for Arlie. We should just really go for Jing because Jing is super, I mean, it's easier to burst him down with non-tankiness that he's got, and just maybe wait for Squall to pop the Fate Rewind and just, wait for him from where he have placed his mark. So, but yeah, everyone's just gonna go back to calm. I wonder if it's something that Nanobot can repeat again. They can rinse and repeat that, and then just continue to punish VOIN Esports. We'll see how VOIN Esports will come back to that because there is so much sustain again on the side of Nanobot. Heals, the movement speed coming from the Daciao as well, and the tankiness that is being provided by the Menki.
It does matter, but Nanobot doesn't want to give up. They are trying to at least elevate their game play just by getting 2 towers at once in the mid lane. So this is gonna be the next big thing. The Shadow Tyrant now up for grabs. Seems like VOIN Esports definitely wants to secure it, but ooh, look at that good engagement. Smite.
Yes, yes, definitely. But we continue with the team fight right now. So much DPS coming from Nakari, our Hoi player. From that one, there's a chase on the Guan Yu. Guan Yu just trying to push back our Yuan in here, but Yuan will just make use of his unending sorrow in here to survive. And yes, he will survive, and the rest of the members will just continue to go for a push in the mid from the side of Nanobot. Fortunately, VOIN Esports have actually pushed up the lane up top, but Jing is quite dangerous in here. I mean, it's no joke to be dealing with so much damage against the Hoi, and he's actually caught out, so no steal for you, my friend. But will there be coming from Haino? Unfortunately, no as well.
For Nanobot to secure that Shadow Overlord, this gives them the opportunity to utilize the next 3 waves of the Tempest Vanguards, the Overlord Vanguard to come out aiding their lanes. And they still have the big Overlord Vanguards to summon later on. So we're going to be expecting a lot of resets, objective focus gaming, waiting for someone to scale up, and then they're to the point that no one is going to be shy to start a fight. It's going to be them initiating some fights here, but see, like in terms of like being ready, Nanobot's here wants to at least give it a go and then apply so much pressure for VOIN Esports at mid.
Yeah, for sure. 4-7 score though, with the 4K gold they were talking about, it keeps on increasing and increasing. The moment that they have found out that okay, this is the proper target, but now we turn around the question. Now, what should VOIN Esports do this time? Now that they are on the defending side, right? Is it about just circling around the early? What if you're the coach? What would you advise VOIN Esports?
VOIN they still have the time to tighten up their defense. They just have to set things up. I mean, if they play Chooks cards right with the Guan Yu, he can reposition Nanobots, but it's gonna be risky for Chooks to reposition them. Someone has to start. Now Asena needs to jump. He needs to use all of his crowd control skills, like go in with the burst ram and then tremor smash. Then you know it all comes there. And now it seems like now Asena is having a hard time even trying to tough it off. But look at the damage coming from Nanobots. It's just very hard for Nawa to tank up.
Yeah, like a paper already. I feel for Nawa Sena as well. Sometimes if I will be using like Jumfei, and then there goes the the damage coming from the opponent's side. And sometimes okay, how do I catch up? I feel like a paper, so you feel like you're a useless support sometimes, or a useless roam sometimes. But of course, it's not like that. But we can see Death at Sunset already has been used onto the back line of Team VOIN Esports right now. Just dishing here. Oh, some damage. Ollie will fall down, and the rest of the members of Team Nanobot in here will try to follow. Birdie's and Arrow will connect onto one member. It's on the back line though, so they will not be focusing on that one. But instead, they're gonna wait for the minion waves up top, as well as in the middle lane, and converging onto top for the meantime, and take off some of the jungles as they try to put more pressure up against the rest of the members of Team VOIN Esports, and that tower will fall down. Soon, our super minions will come in, and here's so many pushes though coming from Chooks in here, but will that be enough as he is trying to take more damage coming up from our Hoi in the side of Nanobot? Is this gonna be it? Look at the rest of the members in here. Look at the struggle. But I think they can still do something. Look at this. No, but one member remaining. But Arlie is back. But will this be enough? Arlie, no, but nothing. It will still be a knife. A white. So sorry. Just lots of action happening, but a triple kill for the Hoi as well.
Okay, digesting the last fight. It was really tough for the side of VOIN Esports. I've seen the efforts coming in from Nawa Sena to set up some crowd controls, and then for Chooks to finally have his last stand. They have waited for Ahem to respawn, but yes, he managed to at least deal out damage, but the only thing that Ahem did was to pop a 𝐁𝐅𝐒, and that's not enough. He got caught. He's the casualty, and then from there he's gonna be taking the fall, and it's gonna be an ace actually for the side of the winning team. You know, it's really hard right now to win with a. I mean that proves that VOIN Esports definitely did have a hard time. So well, it has been a really good game for VOIN Esports, but still, GG well played for them. But
yeah, I just did not expect that. Like, okay, we do know VOIN Esports being, so prepared, but it seems like Nanobot from Myanmar proved us wrong, really, because they have come prepared up against VOIN Esports. So I guess it's also more about the effectiveness of the composition late game on the side of VOIN Esports. It's like more on the protect the queen or protect the king composition here, with Nakari just being surrounded by the Daxiao, Yuhuan. I mean, how are you gonna die if you're being like, okay, everyone on my side is like a protector? How can the Guan Yu reach me? Yeah, sometimes he can be reached, but sometimes the Guan Yu, when he tries to reach the back line, okay, the Hoi will fall down, but the Yuhan will still end up surviving because of the unending sorrow, right? So it became quite hard in that aspect from the side of VOIN Esports into targeting the main carry on the side of Nanobot. So I guess that is a pretty interesting draft, right? We can see a lot of different forms on the protect a queen or king composition, but I think combining all these heroes are personally quite new to me, or maybe I've missed some. But yeah, really nice, I think, draft for them.
I mean, we are definitely up for a really good treat, because the fights here are just really powerful. I mean, we might be expecting our best of three series where we might be expecting that full flown best of threes that we are expecting, but seems like it's gonna be a thing between nanobots because nanobots did definitely did win that series, so they're on a match point, Kaysaya, and it seems like they wanted to end this when they had the chance, when they are still holding the wheel for them to drive their way towards victory. But Voin Alliance, Voin Esports, no doubt, they still had that. They still had that kick. They still had that punch. We've seen them compete. We've seen them set up. They fell short, but game two might be the game changer.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But I think this time we cannot say that nanobot is just like a bot, quote unquote bot, like what we call like the you just play around it and then you win. I mean they do know a lot about drafting. They do know about a lot about how you're gonna circle around the map or rotate around the map. So I guess Void Esports has to also respect that. Maybe it's an opportunity to them to buy Huan. I mean, Yuhuan has been an annoyance, a nuisance to even the previous game, right? So, is it time to ban this hero out?
Hmm. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see. But of course, we'll definitely see more later on because game number two is definitely being prepared. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's wait for Nanobots and Voin Esports to commence. We'll be back for a short while, so don't go away, guys. We'll be right back.
First blood. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team kill. Blue team rampage. Red team has been defeated. Red
Well, there you have it, folks. We've seen game number 1 between these two teams. Now, you're gonna see more. Welcome back here in the Reign Supreme Honor of Kings 5v5 tournament by Battle4Supremacy.TV. Kaisaya and Vince G will be with you still in this game number 2 between Nanobots and VOIN Esports. So, we've seen game number 1 comment. And so, what is going to happen? And are we gonna see VOIN finally win up against Nanobots?
We'll just have to find out. I guess Vince, CG, we just have to move on to the drafting phase. And here we go on our drive. As we can see, our respect on the 𝐁𝐅𝐒, who actually, ever since Series 1, on the match between 𝐓𝐿𝐔𝐏 and MAHADEWA, has been quite annoying. The Dolia will be banned here, as well as she can definitely empower all of those skill-dependent heroes with really game-changer ultimates. I like the Datio banning here, as well as the Arlie ban. But I guess we're not seeing a respect ban on the Hue1 on the first phase of the bans. But Mai Shiranui and a really good flanker and a hero that can definitely burst down and pick off a particular hero. So I guess it is a safe first pick as always.
Safe first pick. I mean, go for Mai, and then for VOIN, they will be securing 2 heroes. I mean, Lady Jen, we've definitely seen Lady Jen in the previous matchup or the previous series. It definitely added something. It definitely added value towards their team fight. Then that win game, that made them won those series. So for Lady Jen to be capitalized by VOIN, seems like they're quite serious about this. They're quite serious in winning, and they wanted to punish Nanobot with crowd controls. So even Mai Shiranui is gonna have trouble. So they just need someone that can assist Mai Shiranui in crowd controls, or pick some high damage, some high burst hero that can easily eliminate the members of the Nanobots during the team fight.
That's true. And I think on the early stages of game as well, she just needs to be very careful as to when a scroll or this Lady Jen will, whenever she will proc out the CC, the frozen icicles in there up against this Mai Shiranui, and if she's just able to be safe from those, definitely she could just like pull off a really good burst out of this hero. But of course, it's always easier said than done. It will definitely now matter on whether it's your phone or how fast your fingers are. Right. So, but yeah, so far Renji, I love how safe this pick here for the farm lane as well, because definitely he can survive on his own with his own cleanse. At the same time, he's got some stuns too. So I like that. I really love that.
Okay, so they just need to at least pick out something to answer to the Yushan, but for the side of Nanobot, so they just need some heavy hitter carry. So if they wanted to answer to the Renji, they have to have a very, very good answer, because the Renji here definitely had the cleanse, so they're gonna be going with the Marco Polo. But for Sam, I believe this is gonna be the second time he's gonna be sticking with the main key. So for him, probably we worked it. I mean, we've made this work. You've seen me how I play main key, so I'm not gonna be hesitating to use that again. And for them, Yoyud, okay, might as well do the jungle 𝐁𝐅 here. Jing again.
Yeah, Jing again. We've seen Jing being picked by VOIN VOIN Esports a while ago. It did not work out, unfortunately, like in the completeness of the game, but it did work out whenever they would try to go for some pick-offs. Whenever the members of Nanobot are not all together as a group. But the Leoshan pick in there, excited to see how they're gonna pull it off, because for sure as Leoshan, with this passive, definitely you'll be able to push lanes faster even though you don't have the minions. So I love seeing those kind of plays when they make, like, okay, we are on the losing side, and then but the Leoshan is just gonna go for that push side lane push on the base, even sometimes on the crystal. But let's just see how this one will go as they execute their gameplay according to draft. This is Nanobot versus VOIN Esports. Casting will be brought to you by me, Kaisaya, and of course, VinZG. Let's see how this will boil down into the gorge.
Oh, we've seen some early engagements still on the laning stage, but that is to give room for the junglers to definitely work their way to farm up. And for Sam and for Yu, they're definitely exerting extra amount of efforts to reach level 4 before a minute and a half. So for them, objective is going to be the key, but in terms of like pickoffs as early as 2 minutes, well, it's definitely out of the box because it's really, really hard to do.
That's true. But yeah, for the meantime, on this 1 minute game time, everyone's either just try to go for a calm moments during the early phases. I love how actually Mike tried to go back away from all this CCs coming out from our Lady Gen. But yeah, so far, I mean, we did not see any invades. Everyone just want to go for the play safe game mode on. I guess this is gonna be waiting for their their ultimates. Yes, level 4 to come in. But for the meantime, it seems like a tussle will happen here into the middle lane as 3 members of each of the team will try to poke each other out. Even Jing having to make use of the mirror domain earlier on, but we can see our Mayin, Eos, or rather not Mayin, but my Shiranui is super low on HP, has to back away, and backing away will definitely mean you are incomplete in case team fights happen on that part of the map, which is in the minimap I can actually see right now. I'm sorry, but yeah, I guess they're just poking each other for now again.
Yeah, poking each other. I definitely see the build up from Wayne Esports. They definitely wanted to go towards the top lane, but okay, let's just go for a split. 2-2-1, might as well occupy the top and the mid lane. Let the marksman do their thing, but for them to at least punish or to apply so much pressures, it's just like the early games. I mean, for them playing safe, not giving away any first blood kill, that is, to prolong their life, and that is to make sure that they scale up first before they engage, and that's what they want. That's what they want to do. They wanted to at least maximize their capabilities before someone tries to put up an ambush or start up a fight later on.
Yeah, and talking about fight, we'll see how this one will go. No damage output. As if yeah, they're gonna wait for a visit, of course, from one of their members to join in a potential fight. But of course, 50 seconds from now, contestation on the objectives might happen. Caesar's coming out from our Lady Gen, of course, and again, I mean, just poking out. I mean, you can see a half-life from my Shiranui right now. Of course, on a half-life or maybe even less, you will be scared to actually create some fights or initiate some fights. Most especially if you are at the disadvantage. And again, Lady Jen is gonna be annoying as she is. So just throwing some snowballs here and there.
Yeah, you gotta continue to put on some pressure. You gotta continue to be annoying. That's gonna work because as of now, still there's no much engagement. It's just them rotating, but see, I assume that a fight might happen here on the objective side, on the Epic Monster side, as they are gonna try to take down some of the objectives. Might as well go for that early Tyrant, early Overlord, but it seems like the Tyrant pit is just way too hot. Everyone wants to get involved in that encounter, but for YV to at least burst from out of trouble, they are preparing to at least attempt a steal or contest with this Tyrant.
Yeah, the Tyrant is actually getting curious. Who's gonna get me? Who do you really want? But we can see Destructive Deluge has already been used. Eros is going all in. Even the Liempo with the Tremor Smash. Who's gonna go all in? Oh, look at the first blood. And Jake will get it on her mirror domain already as well. The Mighty Renui going for a chase as well. And the rest of the members of Team Nanobot just forcing the members of VOIN Esports to just back away. And there we go. The Alain will also fall down. Fortunately though, for the Leoshan, he was able to back away. And Ahem It's like you're having a cough, right? Our DRNG will happily be able to just, defend their bot lane.
Wow. I mean, for Nanobot to become more and more patient to wait for that fight, seems like they went into to get that objective, to get the 3 easy kills. What did they lose? What did they lose? It's just Sam, the jungler, but they got more from that. They caught the jungler as well. They caught Yu, they caught Skrull. They just won that fight, and now they need to at least snowball from that. But from VOIN Esports, they're not letting them do that. They don't want to get ahead, and they don't want to have nanobots do their way. Well, for VOIN Esports, they definitely do want to dictate the pace for this game.
Yeah. They definitely have to. I mean, they have a lot of opportunities to do that actually, especially with the Lady Gen, right? But what's happening again? They are dancing onto the tune with what Nanobot wants in here. So, and I love the vision being provided by the Menki onto the small brush into the jungle camp of VOIN Esports. I think that's so much space for our Marco Polo to go for a push down bottom part of the map. There is a fight that is happening. Look at the Jig again getting picked off by the Dharma Engar onto his own jungle. Oh, that is quite bad for him because I mean VOIN Esports definitely need the Jing later on to dish out a lot of damage, but it seems like he is being starved out of his farm.
For VOIN Esports, they need to tighten up their defense. As for Nanobots, they have to take every objectives that they can, starting from this Overlord. Where from out in trouble, VOIN Esports does want to take down this middle tower. And now for Menki, okay, I'm good, Sam, I'm good. You don't have to worry about me. I'm just taking one for the team. I'm just gonna have to upgrade our minions into Overlord Vanguard. So from there, you just have to capitalize on that. But what is Yo's doing? That is quite risky. He's just trying to hide in the brush, but yeah, fortunately for him, he didn't even got spotted. So he walk away safety.
Yeah, just go back to safety. Better be safe than sorry indeed for the meantime. Oh, a surprising pressure coming in from the side of VOIN Esports in here. Destructive Deluge will be used just to zone the rest of the members of Team Nanobot in here. But the question is, what will further happen? But happily in here, the Marco Polo will go for a push on the tower top side of the map. And potentially maybe even in the mid. They have a Vanguard in there walking towards already. I think the Marco Polo just needs to be very careful on his map position. But fortunately though, the rest of the members of VOIN Esports are actually crumbling all together here into an inner jungle campsite of VOIN Esports. Now the question is how they're going to initiate the fight here. This is actually usually a bad spot because this has a lot of walls. And here we go already with the Death of Sunset coming from the lane, killing off the Lian as well as Sam onto the back line, and the rest of the members of Nanobot will just fall back. So yeah, we're talking about okay how bad that spot it is actually for each and every one, most especially if you want to protect your carry hero. So I guess that was a nice, not so nice position to initiate fight coming from the side of Nanobot.
Not a pretty good position, but still they have a quite decent lead. I mean, let's talk about the advantage that they have. It seems like it's just way 3K, and for Marco Polo, Nakari to continue snowballing on that engagement, that harassment that they did. Seems like it's working out pretty much for Diablo. He continues to poke around. Marco Polo waiting for that right opportunity to scale up, and that's why he's going solo. He's just farming. He's going rogue here. He's gonna try to tear down towers all by himself, while the other guys from VOIN Esports are way too focused on who to commit. When are we gonna start the fight? I mean, VOIN Esports, they have been itching to at least pick up, but ooh, they did.
Yeah, for sure. Pick off the EOS from that map if you get the chance. Why not? But then again, still the lead is on the hands of Nanobot. I mean, the death timers right now are not super long, right? So it's not like this is like more than 20 minutes game time. So I think in terms of like just coming back, and going back to their foot, definitely I think Nanobot can still do that, but they cannot repeat the same mistake again though, just letting themselves get picked up from that. They should be the one picking off some members of VOIN Esports, especially they've got the Mai Shiranui and the Dharma on their side. But Tyrant is already contested in here. Overlord has been secured by our Menki. Fight continues in here. Look at the target. 𝐿ianPo is actually targeting Skrull. Skrull will fall down, and the rest of the members in here being chased by the death of Sunset. 𝐿ianPo will fall down, so as is Leoshan. Lots of exchanges in here. Look at the bullets not actually connecting onto Chooks, but that's okay because they take down the tower anyway, and they will potentially be able to take down the inner tower in the mid. And no, not in the bot though, because there's no good wave in there, but they will be able to take down some jungle camps of VOIN Esports.
Wow, for Nanobot, waiting for that right opportunity to attack, and they did manage to knock on their doors. Still, they have been on the lead, 6K lead in terms of like the economy, and they are trying to at least create so much space. And now for Chooks, he did manage to survive that almost near-death experience. Luckily, he got that sprint up and running. He moved faster. He managed to at least regenerate his lost health up, and now he's back on his knees doing some cleanup, because we can see the Overlord Vanguards are just way too powerful at this rate. You can see the bigger dragon is in the top lane being cleared by the members of VOIN Esports, and with teamwork, it's an easy clear for them to deal with the Overlord Vanguards. But this gives Nanobot so much freedom.
That's true. But now I think we gotta throw our usual question, right? Like, most especially when you are on the defending side. What should you do? What should you do now as VOIN Esports? Looking at their composition, I think they need to just like find a good setup, right? Like with the destructive deluge and maybe the lane going in. I mean, the lane has been successful so many times in targeting the back line, but of course, it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, and for Nanobot, they are doing the they are doing the job. They are making the job so that make sure that they don't even talk. They are trying to at least commit with that. They are trying to prove that they're the very best on this matchup alone. VOIN Esports, I think they need to at least have a good setup, but how can they do that? Compared to earlier, it was that 𝐿ianPo and Guan Yu combination that did somehow make an impact, but
Yeah.
still, this time around, who's gonna do that? Yushan take it for a spin, and then probably that's it.
I'm just thinking about, just really a good connect onto multiple members of Nanobot from the Destructive Deluge, and followed up by Chook's Death at Sunset. That's the only thing that I can think of, because it's gonna be dangerous for Jing to go in, even so as the Leoshan, because he needs to give protection for the Renji. But for the meantime, we're talking about that. Is this gonna be it? But the Marco Polo is gonna go for the Fever Barrage to back away, and look at that, lots of members on the side of VOIN Esports actually going so low, and now it's just Cruel. Right now, they have a flow of minion wave in the bottom lane part of the map. They just have to take down this tower down, but the Leoshan will go back alive, trying to survive. But then again, we'll take down the life of our Yos in here, our Mai Shiranui. But still, this is a number advantage in favor of Nanobot right now, and they could have just easily focused on the crystal, just like what is the Marco Polo doing right now. Not gonna be stopped, and there you go. Congratulations to Nanobot. You are moving forward to our next round of 8.
Congratulations to this team, Nanobot. They did win that fight. They did win that series 2-0. They have punished their opponents, and that is gonna be VOIN Esports. And for VOIN, yes, they did play well, but they don't need to be upset. In terms of matchups like these, there are better teams than you, and you can use this as motivation to come back stronger. Be the guy that we should watch out for, because making it into the top 16 is a bigger thing already, because you survive for so many rounds, and unfortunately for this round you won't. But still, congratulations, Mahadewa. They had extended their tournament life towards another series as well. So we need to expect more for Mahadewa. And that is it, Kaysaya. The
Oh yeah.
puzzle is complete.
The puzzle is completed. I just did not expect like lots of two zeros right now in this game. But looking at more onto the stats, I actually noticed that the I don't know how to read this name. EEV, our Lianpo in here, have actually built earlier on the Sage's Sanctuary. So I mean, like usually you put that to last, right? But for him, okay, I just want to go back to life because I want to make sure I'm available to give the shield buff for my teammates and the vision as well, whenever they would need it. So I think that is one like strategy that he had in here for his teammate as a tank. That will frontline for the Marco Polo Nakari. But yeah, then again, congratulations on Nanobot in here. You will be moving forward to the next round. And yeah, that was it. I think anytime soon, later on, we will be moving forward to our spin the wheel to find out who will go up against with another on this round of 8. But before that, we will just be heading on to a really short break before we show you our bracketing for round of 18. So round of 8, sorry. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
course, you've seen it all. You've seen the teams that will advance here on the round of 8 here in the Reign Supreme Honor of Kings 5 versus 5 tournament. And it's gonna be me, Vince G, and Kaisaya to join you guys in witnessing the wheel of fate that will decide their fate in this next round that they'll be facing. Because as the matches go shorter, we're gonna be seeing the matchup that is going to happen. I'm seeing some familiar teams here. In total, there's 3 Filipino teams, 2 Indonesian teams, 1 Myanmar team, and 2 Vietnam. So this is gonna be an interesting matchup. So might as well spin this one, Kaisaya.
Yeah, let's spin the wheel for our first set for tonight. Let's see who is it gonna be. Dun 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 again. It is gonna be Execration. The question is, who are they gonna go up against with? They are gonna go up against Will as we prepare to spin the wheel again for their opponent. Is it gonna be a Vietnamese team, Filipino, Philippines?
You called it.
Oh, I
You
called it.
You called it.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
Vietnamese. It's a
Yes,
gangster team.
and they're gangsters. Yeah, they are gangsters. These are gangsters coming from Vietnam. So you have to prepare for that execution. And the next, what do we have, Vince?
Teams here is gonna be doing in their own series, because to start things off, it's gonna be the recent or the final winner. We've seen their series just like earlier. It's Nanobot, but the question is who? Who among the remaining teams? Who among these 5 teams will be facing Nanobots?
Question. That's definitely the question. I don't know any guesses in here. Is it gonna be a Philippine team in there again, just like what they have fought a while ago? No, a Mafia this time, which is coming from Vietnam. So it's gonna be the opponent of Nanobot for our second series for our round of 8. Now let's find out who is it gonna be for our third set. We just have 4 teams remaining to play around. Actually, as we have finished the result, we almost know like who's gonna go to the set 4. And oh, it's LF Adoption. Okay, is it gonna be another Philippine team though? Because we still have got Blacklist International. But let's spin the wheel again for their opponent. Who do you want it to be, Vince?
An Indo versus Filipino, but seems like the fate is gonna dictate LFA's.
Oh,
The
I
wheel
think
is gonna
that's
dictate the
too
fate.
early. Too early for that, but you know, it's just 8 teams anyway. But yeah, Blacklist International is gonna be their opponent. And of course, our last set will be these 2 teams, GMT Aris versus Mahadewa. But we're gonna spin the wheel just to find out who's gonna be on the blue side and the red side.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
They're
Okay.
blue. They're blue anyway.
Yeah, blue on the spin the wheel as well. So GMTRs will be on the blue side versus our final team in here, which is Mahadewa Esports. I feel like our prod here still wants to spin the wheel for
Hit.
fun. Yeah.
Who's
there
gonna
you
be?
go. Maybe a
Oh.
spin. The word spin.
Oh my goodness, it's
No, I'm
Mahadewa.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
gosh, I
that
didn't
is for our bracket for tomorrow as we move forward and continue this amazing Battle for Supremacy TV Honor of Kings tournament for all of you guys. And wow, I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna be having one more cast. I'm not sure which particular match, but for you, Vintage, you're almost a home caster in here, so good luck in witnessing all those actions in the coming days.
Well, no doubt about that. And of course, with the help of the Battle for Supremacy TV, might as well thank them for having the initiative into making a grassroots tournament for the Honor of Kings. And with that said, I mean, this Honor of Kings 5 versus 5 tournament from Battle of for Supremacy TV, okay, it won't be possible without these guys. With Team Wallet, You can buy, sell, and trade crypto tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Algo, Solana, and more. Unlike any other platforms where you need to download and sign up to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, Team Wallet Bot makes it easier and accessible for everyone by saving your time and effort through Supreme ETFs or Supreme Exchange Traded Funds in TEAM Wallet. You can now purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum with just one click. Team Wallet has integrated all of these features into a single system, making it more convenient and efficient for its users. You just have to search at Team Wallet Bot in Telegram to take advantage of this convenient tool. And talking about another convenient thing here, we're talking about team tokens. Do you know, guys, that you can earn team tokens just by referring players and teams to join the tournaments here in the BFStv, the Battle for Supremacy TV. And these tokens can be converted to cash or used to join upcoming events in the Battle for Supremacy as well. So, aside from that, we also have Supreme Team Drafts, and it offers you the opportunity to be drafted within its ranks by dominating in events for Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite. It's available to each and every one of the players worldwide. And talking about non-stop tournaments here, Kaisaya, we have the Fortnite tournament, and I believe this is currently ongoing. So still, if you are a Fortnite player, if you are in the competitive side of Fortnite that is itching to compete, well, we have this tournament just for you. Be sure to explore our island map, BFStv Red and Blue, to keep yourselves updated. So you just have to join our Telegram group at BFStv Fortnite to learn more. And talking about Fortnite V-Bucks, using BNP, you can now purchase Fortnite V-Bucks and receive the pin real time at Team Wallet Bot. So take note of this, guys. All gift cards and prizes needs to be claimed by users. If not, these will be returned to their respective senders. And of course, we're talking about top-ups already. Might as well talk about Riot Points, Garena Shells, Honor of Kings tokens, and of course your very own Fortnite V-Bucks. It is available in the BFStv top-up. Do not forget to follow the Facebook page. It is named BFStv Top Up to at least get yourself or get your hands towards this very own points, this Riot Points, Garena Shells, Fortnite V-Bucks, and Honor of Kings token. So might as well like the page, and thank you so much, Battle for Supremacy TV, for hosting this kind of tournament. Any last words, Isaiah, before we end the stream?
I just want to thank, of course, the BFS TV people in the back end and everyone in the community, because you're making this possible, just like how the sponsors have actually made this possible. So I guess just want to thank you for that. And I guess make sure you turn the notification bell on, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, because it's going to be even more intense in the coming top 8 teams that we have so far for this tournament. But yeah, thank you so much for having me here. And personally, I'll see you guys again in the future tournaments for this season 1. How about you, Vinzi G?
Well, might as well, if you enjoy this tournament alone, might as well follow this page, the BFStv. If you're watching from Facebook, please do like and follow the Facebook page. Share the live stream if ever. If you're watching from YouTube, might as well subscribe, guys. Show some love, because not only Honor of Kings tournament is gonna happen, as I've said earlier, we still have that Fortnite tournaments, Call of Duty Mobile tournaments, and there's a lot more to come. So this is just the start. This is just season 1 of Reign Supreme. And with that said, we need to prepare for our round of 8, ladies and gentlemen. Kaisaya, Vince G, that is it for us, guys. So see you guys in the next day, and we are going to be expecting some intense matchups from our top 8. So guys, have yourselves a good night, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Red team has slain. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain slain an enemy. Red team has destroyed a tower. Red team has slain an enemy. An enemy. Red team unstopped. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team. First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Blue team has slain an. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team double kill. Red team. Blue team killing spree. Blue team rampage. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team godlike. Ace. First blood. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team kill. Blue team rampage. Red team has been defeated. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has destroyed a tower. Rampage. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team triple kill. Ace. Tyrant has been defeated. First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Been defeated. Blue team killing spree. Red team has slain. Blue team rampage.